Quick pop quiz. What kind of build would require you to unlock all of the characters to be able to use one of its required skills? Yep, you got it. Carnage Death Knight makes use of Chromatic Bolt, which requires you to unlock all of the characters. My name is Aruan, aka Nomad, Community Manager at GameSmithing. Welcome to another community build highlight. This build is quite an interesting one. It's both powerful in what it's able to achieve, and it's really flexible too, it allowing you to customize and optimize it for doing endless and overlord cycles, or high cushes, or even just enjoy a more relaxed zero curse giga chat gaming. The meats and potatoes of this build are the skills Ravaging Strike, Carnage, Blade Storm, Chromatic Bolt, Body Slam, and Bloodlust. Misa, the creator of the build, also provides the reasoning behind why we're picking these skills. Now, in the early game, we'll be starting with Ravaging Strike. This skill isn't really a special snowflake or anything like that, it's just a decent damage low CD skill. The only thing it does that is a bit different is converting Bleed to Hemorrhage, which synergizes nicely with Carnage. Although not that special, Ravaging Strike will end up being the second highest damaging skill that we are gonna pick up here. Carnage is our main skill. It has pretty amazing coverage and some insane damage. The goal here is to have this skill be one-shotting everything screen wide. With how crazy its values can get, this isn't really too difficult to achieve. Blade Storm will be the skill of choice for applying debuffs on enemies. With its high coverage and high amount of hits paired with the DK's natural high area makes this skill the perfect fit for this purpose. Plus, it also helps with the annoying exploding goblins. We all know how difficult it can be to kill these guys before they can get to you, right? Chromatic Bolt is what we're going to be using to enable one of the runes we're picking up, which will be explained later, called Generalist. This skill, different from Ravaging Strike, is actually a special snowflake. Having 13 tags, it is perfect fit to pair with Generalist. Another cool thing about this skill is that it bounces off targets, and this can go off screen as well, so you can demolish things even before you can see them. Body Slam, on the other hand, will be our single target damage dealing ability. This skill is also a really good fit with DK, since it is already immune to stuns and also has a lot of body mass, just naturally. We'll also be stacking some HP in this build, which will ramp up Body Slam's damage by quite a bit actually. Bloodlust is our buff of choice. It provides a boost to cast frequency and movement speed, both of which are things that we're looking for in this build anyways, so it just makes sense to pick this up. For the legendaries, what you really want to get are multicast on specific skills. Every run should be giving you 2 to maybe 3 legendaries on average, so good luck. I mean, we're also going to be looking for Vicious Strikes. The 100% crit on enemies with full HP is really nice to pair up with high damage nuking skills like Carnage, for example. This is also what will enable it to do what we want it to do, which is to one-shot everything. Impending Doom is also something we are going to be looking for as a source of Daze application, which is very strong against bosses, especially against bosses. Exposed Weakness is how we will be able to apply wounds to the targets, for that 50% chance to double the effects we apply on enemies. You can imagine how crazy this thing scales, right? For the more general ones of the offensive passes that we're looking for, it's actually raw damage, multicast, crit chance, crit damage, and a source of slow debuff, which can be Touch of Ice actually. Hypothermia is actually also a really nice option here. I recommend that you pick these based on rarity, and so does Misa. Since our latest update to the game, multi-crit is now a thing, meaning that going over 100% crit is extremely useful, making stuff like lethality a lot more valuable. So always keep that in mind when picking up passives. For the defensive side of things, Behemoth is one that we are really looking for, which is our HP stacking passive. Matter of fact, this could be also considered an offensive upgrade in this case because of the Body Slam skill and how well it scales with HP. Another extremely useful passive we can pick up here is Magnetic, especially if they turn up to be of rare or uncommon rarity. According to Misa, this is a good thing to pick up before the second set of bosses spawn, but not after that, because you're just gonna be wasting an opportunity to pick up more damage or things like that, right? Now, for the banish uses, you can look to banish armor, block, and any slow on hit that we already have. We don't need to stack these too much. Burn and poison hit is also ban-worthy, alongside Fire Shield and Magnetic, after the alien game that is. If you're also curious about what skills we are going to swap out to go into Endless or Overlord, I encourage you to go check out Misa's guide. There's a lot of details there that are not going to be covered here in the video. DK, with its extra body mass, movement speed, area, and immunity, is the perfect choice for this build. It's just too synergetic to pass on, so it just makes a lot of sense. For the weapon, we're going to be rolling with his third weapon, which will grant us access to our starting skill and to our main skill, Carnage, which is a special skill from this weapon. Regarding the runes, we'll be taking Weapon Expert, which will help us to get Carnage as fast as possible. Recklessness, which is incredibly good with Decay, since taking damage with this character is something you can't avoid, literally. Multicast Mastery, which as of late is pretty much in every build ever. It makes your multicast significantly better. Generalist, which is what we were talking about earlier, this boosts our damage by 5% per different skill type. So yeah, Chromatic Bolt has 13 of these. And finally, Purity. This is something that I personally think is the most customizable of the bunch. Really good rune if you're trying to zoom through the cycles. This build is an absolute powerhouse and very versatile in what it can achieve. I personally loved playing this. Now, thank you so much to Misa for taking the time to write out this awesome build guide. We're gonna leave a link to the original written guide by Misa in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next one, survivors. Good luck and have fun.